What's up, home bartenders? Welcome to another whiskey tasting video, and today we're tasting Lagavulin. Lagavulin is my favorite whiskey. We're gonna taste 5 bottles today. We've got the 16, we've got the 8, we've got the 11. This is the Offerman edition, Charred Oak. This is from a year or two ago. Lagavulin 12. And Lagavulin Distillers edition. We're gonna go through all of these. I'm gonna give you tasting notes and my preferences, all right? If you're finding me for the first time, I make home bartending a lot of fun with homemade liqueurs, cocktail recipes, and whiskey tasting videos such as this. So smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell, get notified when we release new content. All right, we're gonna start with Lagavulin 16. I was gonna go in order of like age. However, this is the flagship product and it is my favorite. So figured we'd start with that guy. Oh. Intense smoke on the nose. I mean, this is Islay at its best. You can kind of get a little bit of dried fruit. Little vanilla if you're really reaching, but essentially smoke, peat, all that right in your face. Peat flavor, it's oily, a little salty, almost like a caramel toffee, but it's mainly smoke and it's fantastic. So that was going right to the top at the #1 spot. All right, its younger brother, the Lagavulin 8. So this one was actually released as a kind of a special edition, but it became part of their standard line. And why not? You know, people assume that the higher the age statement, the better the whiskey. Not always. Taste is subjective. People might like a younger, in some cases, a younger whiskey is advantageous. Oh, it's so different. I mean, an additional 8 years in the barrel will change a whiskey, but it's remarkably different. It's still got smoke, but so much less intense on the nose. It's fresher, more like brighter flavors, almost like a citrus. There's like a fresh wood cedar on the nose. The smoke is definitely more present on the palate for this one. That smoke and peat, definitely more on the palate. It still has a much brighter, kind of earthier flavor. Salted. It's almost like a black pepper, more of a black pepper spicy note. It's a little higher proof at 48. The 16 is 43. Very good, but I'm gonna place this one right under. 16 is still reigns supreme. All right, Lagavulin 11. This is the Nick Offerman edition. There's been a few releases of this one. I believe the first one, well, I don't know if this is the first one, but the predecessor to this one was a Guinness cask. So they finished them. It's an 11-year-old Lagavulin, but it's finished in a separate barrel. So yeah, the predecessor to this one, I believe, was a Guinness beer cask. This guy here is a charred oak cask. And the new one, which I've not been able to find yet, the latest one is a Caribbean rum cask. And I need to get that one because I love rum cask whiskeys. But this is the charred oak. So the nose, not as much smoke as the 16. It's kind of in the same range as the 8. Even though this is 3 years more, it hasn't developed that incredible smoke on the nose. It's more fruity than the other ones, I find. That vanilla note is there. That peat and smoke on the palate. It's Lagavulin. It's undeniably Lagavulin. Saltier, more kind of salt. It's saltier. It's got kind of that, definitely the charred oak, that wood flavor, very present on the palate. This one stands at 46%, so kind of in between the 8 and the 16. Bit of a bite. That pepperiness is not much there. It's not as much as the 8. Probably gonna place it right between the 8 and the 16. It's not quite as good as the 16. All right, the Lagavulin 12. This is the 2022 release. Lovely fired up Phoenix on the bottle. Let's give it a try. I've had all these, by the way, just never really compared them side by side. This one's got a lot of those earth tones on the nose. The smoke is present, but those earthy, rich, earthy tones. It's got that kind of citrusy, salty, kind of coastal seaweed on the nose as well. Oh, I like this one. This one's got some good bite to it. Oh yeah, 57.3%. So that's where the bite's coming from. This is the highest in alcohol that we've had so far. And so it's got that punch. Definitely got the black pepper notes are back, similar to the 8. I think you get those when you get a higher, those kind of come into play when you have a higher ABV. Now we're at 12, so we're getting closer to the 16. The smoke is a lot more present in this one. The peat, bit more vanilla in this one. Smoke, peat, wood, kind of charred wood. That's your primary, yeah, on that one. I'm gonna place this guy right below the 16. 16 still reigns supreme for me. I absolutely love Lagavulin 16. It is my favorite whiskey. But this guy right underneath. One more to go. The Lagavulin Distillers Edition. This is the 2021 release of the Distillers Edition. And this is a double matured cask. So it is finished in another barrel, and you can tell it's the darkest of all of them. Nice smoke, nice rich. You can tell the richness, the sherry richness on the nose. Yeah, much more present than all of them. And the smoke on the nose, the smoke has kind of died down. I wonder though if that is just because I've been sticking my nose in 5 of these now. Maybe my brain is like acclimated to the smoke and I'm not picking it up as much, because I've had this before and it felt smokier. So it might just be that, after having 5 whiskeys, your brain's just kind of numb to the smoke. Oh, that's so nice. I hate using the word smooth when describing whiskeys, because to me, smooth means there's no taste. This one, it is low in ABV. It's 43. So, is that the lowest? It's the same as the 16. It's 43. So it doesn't have that bite that some of them have, but it does have a nice richness, and it does have the nice smoke, and it has just a soothing richness to it because it's double matured. That really, when you age something longer, when it sits in the barrel longer, it gets darker and it gets just richer in flavor. It does get smoother, meaning it doesn't have that crazy bite, but it's really freaking nice. If someone was getting into Lagavulin, you want to try to get into the Islas, this is a good one because it's aged and it's double matured. It is smoother. It is an easier way in. It still has the intensity of the smoke and the peat, but it's just an easier drinking because the smoke is not as intense and the ABV is slightly lower. So this is a nice one. I think I'm gonna place this one right in the middle, right after the 12, because yeah, I think on my final score, Lagavulin 16 still the best one. I do like the 12 because it does have that high ABV, so it's got that punch. Sometimes you just want a whiskey with some punch, and that one really gets there. And this guy in third place. All right, guys, so that is my final ranking. This is still my favorite one, Lagavulin 16. If you can get yourself a bottle, and the prices have been going up. The two that are, I mean, the 8 is a great, the other ones are more expensive for sure. The 8 is a great kind of entry level. However, nothing beats the flavor, the intensity, the experience of Lagavulin 16. If you haven't had Lagavulin 16, I highly encourage you to get a bottle. It is such a phenomenal whiskey. There's a reason it is like world renowned as like the best Islay. I'm sure some will disagree, but I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. Thanks for sticking around, and let me know what other whiskeys do you want me to test. Check out my Ardbeg video where we did kind of the same look at 5 different bottles of Ardbeg, and if you want to see some more, maybe Lafroig next, let me know. We'll try to do that in a later video. In the meantime, cheers.